The magnetic field of the Earth enables us to perform a range of functions, such as communication, navigation, electricity power grid, and a lot of functions that you may see around or may not be able to see around, such as protection from solar flares, which are so severe that they can rip off habitable conditions on Earth or even the gravity itself. There have been several theories which propose the origin of the magnetic field of the Earth, and one such theory called the dynamo theory is of particular interest to this video. So we shall be explaining about the dynamo theory, and we shall be covering what are the reasons why the magnetic field exists around the Earth. And as I have said in all my videos that in order to understand something complex, let's just break down it into simpler terms. The term dynamo, that signifies a generator which converts the mechanical energy into electrical energy. So, what is this dynamo all about? This dynamo is nothing but an instrument. And what is that instrument doing? That it is converting the kinetic or the mechanical force into something or somewhat the movement of electrons. And that movement of electrons is creating the electrical energy, and that electricity is consequently creating the magnetic effect, and thereby that kinetic force is leading us to the creation of electromagnetism. Don't worry, we will break down all this in very simple terms in just a few minutes. So, this dynamo, which is nothing but a generator used for creating electricity or electromagnetic effect, that is somewhat happening inside the earth that leads to the creation of magnetic fields. First of all, you need to understand that earth is not a solid piece of rock. So what's in there exactly? In order to understand that, let's take a slice out of earth and let us examine it closely. So as you can see that there are different layers which constitute the earth. The top layer is called the crust, then inside it's the mantle, then inside it's the outer core, and then it's the inner core. And outer core and the inner core are those which are of particular interest to us in this very video. Now coming back to the dynamo that we started our discussion with, so what that dynamo said that something needs to rotate so that that rotation will create an electromagnetic effect. Alright, so some rotation needs to be happening at the core of the earth, and that rotation is nothing but the convection currents. Let us first understand what's happening, and then we will understand why it is happening. So there are massive convection currents that are flowing within the outer core. Why they are happening in the outer core? Because the outer core is a liquid mass of mostly nickel and iron. So these are convection currents which are flowing within the outer core. These convection currents are then generating electromagnetic effect or the very magnetic field of the earth. So this is the basic concept that the dynamo theory of Earth's magnetism says, that in the outer core some convection currents are happening, and those convection currents leads to the generation of magnetic fields. Now let us understand deeply that what exactly is going to happen inside the Earth's crust. Just to make it even more clear that this is the outer core, this is the inner core. In the outer core some convection currents are happening, and see the beautifully movement of these currents and how well they are whirling around. Just bear a few moments with me, and then I will explain you why they are happening in this very particular direction. Why not any other direction? I will explain you everything in a very beautiful manner. So the outer core is around 4400 degrees Celsius in temperature approximately, and the inner core is around 5500 degrees Celsius approximately. So first of all, the heat is radiating outwards. Second of all, the convection currents are flowing in a very well defined manner. And third of all, their movements is ultimately leading to generation of magnetic field and a very strong magnetic field. So now as I know that you have been listening to me very well, so a sharp listener must have these three questions with him. First of all, why are these convection currents self-sustaining? That is, why are they happening again and again and again, and why is the earth not losing its magnetic field at all? Question number 2 should be, what is giving these currents a definite shape? And the third question that should be in your mind is that, does such kind of situation is happening to any other planet also? That if the dynamo theory holds true for Earth, does the dynamo theory holds true for any other planet as well? So alright, then let us start with your 3 questions. So question number 1. Why are these currents self-sustaining? So as I said that the outer core is around 4400 degrees Celsius. The inner core is around 5500 degrees Celsius approximately. So first of all, due to the temperature difference, the heat is radiating outwards. So as we know that during the formation of Earth, there was a massive compression, and due to that massive compression, the residual heat got trapped inside the inner core, and this inner core, despite of being extremely hot, it turned out to be a solid mass. And while this outer core, this is a liquid mass of mostly nickel and iron as we have just seen. While there is a temperature difference, and as we know that anything, if it's temperature, it's wind, it's ocean, anything, it flows from higher density to lower density, and we have seen this beautifully in our video of geostrophic wind, this very concept. So as we are talking about here that these currents are self-sustaining because they are continuously getting an energy. And how are they getting an energy? Firstly, because of the temperature difference between the inner core and the outer core, with the heat radiating outwards. And secondly, you see the role of the mantle here. As we have studied about the tectonic theory, in that tectonic theory, we know that it is the convection currents happening in the mantle that drives the movement of continents from their erstwhile position to their present position. So just like those convection currents happening in the mantle, they create space for the outer core to expand. And as the core expands, these currents further get more energy to fuel up and to sustain their moving behavior. Now coming to your question number 2, and that question number 2 is that, why are these currents in such a beautiful shape and why are they not taking any other particular shape? So alright, so the answer to this query is nothing but Coriolis force. Yes, my dear friend, you are absolutely correct. It is the Coriolis force that is giving them a beautiful and a definite direction. So just like we studied deeply in the video on geostrophic wind, we know that due to the rotation of Earth, the movements of whether they are the ocean currents, the winds, or even the convection currents happening inside the Earth, they get a particular direction. So in the northern hemisphere, they move towards the right, and in the southern hemisphere they move towards the left. And as you can see, exactly the same is happening in this image right in front of you. That's what is happening inside the core of the Earth. So coming to your question number 3, this dynamo theory, which states that due to a rotation happening inside the core of a planet, it leads to the generation of magnetic field. Does this holds true in any other planet or not? Let us see. Amongst the inner planets, it is only the Mercury and Earth which have a magnetic field. While Mercury does have a magnetic field, it is quite weaker as compared to Earth. When we come to Venus, we find an absolute absence of magnetic field or presence of a very minuscule amount of magnetic field. Why? Because it has a very slow rotation period of 243 Earth days, which is amongst the slowest in the entire solar system. And this slow rotation period of 243 days converts itself into a very low impetus for the dynamo to work, and consequently the Coriolis force is again very weak to generate any kind of electromagnetic effect. When we come to Mars, we again find that it lacks a liquid core, and due to the absence of a liquid core, it is unable to generate any kind of magnetic field. When we come to the giant planet of Jupiter, we see that it has massive amount of metallic hydrogen flowing inside it, which enables it to create a magnetic field of around 20,000 times stronger than Earth. The same holds true with Saturn, but it has a relatively lesser amount of metallic hydrogen when compared to Jupiter. And when we come to the Uranus, we found that the tilted planet does have a magnetic field, but it's quite tilted. And what I mean by tilted is that Earth has a tilt of 23.5 degrees to its axis, while Uranus have a tilt of 98 degrees. So it sometimes it's seen maybe it's tilting around its sides, and due to its tilting, Uranus and Neptune are sometimes found to have exposed their poles to the solar flares. But nevertheless, these are all beautiful planets displaying beautiful amount of magnetic fields, much times stronger. And in this video of space exploration, we were able to discuss about why this dynamo theory holds and its applications to other planets. But it's ultimately it's science, and we cannot say that any one theory works in all the situations, and it's not one size fits all approach. So definitely we need a conjunction of different theories to explain the magnetic field, and a lot can be said about this. So again, I thank you so much for watching this video and see you in the next video quite soon. Till then, bye bye.